Hello wonderful students, myself Dr. Maddineni Srinivas and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to cover generalized pruritus and its causes from the theory exam point of view. So I am covering all these theory questions and there is a playlist of all the topics which are highlighted here covered, and I will leave the link in the description also in the comment section. You can check that out. So our today's discussion topic is generalized pruritus. So you should know first what is meant by pruritus. So remember, it is sometimes used as a synonym for the itch, but remember the generalized itching present in a patient, we call it as pruritus. And what is a itch? It is an unpleasant cutaneous sensation that triggers the desire to scratch or rub the skin. I hope all of you might have experienced this in your lifetime. Okay, and when the sensation affects larger area without a localized rash, it is termed as generalized pruritus. So causes of generalized pruritus, it could be not only dermatological causes, but it could be several systemic causes also, and also environmental factors associated with the itching. So what are all the main causes from dermatology standpoint of view? So atopic dermatitis, xerosis, which is a dry skin, lichen simplex chronicus, and if you remember, we have already discussed lichen planus, and few patients of psoriasis and also contact dermatitis, scabies, fungal infections, tinea corporis, tinea cruris, insect bites, ichthyosis, which is a disorder of the keratinization, dermatitis herpetiformis, which is a vesiculobullous disorder which you have discussed already, pediculosis due to the lice, sunburn, and also due to the plaster POP cast, plaster Paris cast irritation produced in the skin, there can be itching. These are all the important dermatological causes. Now coming to the systemic causes. Systemic causes are very important for you to remember. You might have read this in your medicine, but it is just a integration in the dermatology. So if there is a renal failure, then there can be the itching due to the toxin accumulation. And if there is a hepatic failure, then there can be bile salt accumulation which can produce the itching. And in the endocrine disorders, remember diabetes mellitus and thyroid disorders can cause itching. In the malignancies, Hodgkin's disease and other lymphomas and some paraneoplastic syndromes are associated with the generalized pruritus. In the blood related issues, remember iron deficiency anemia can produce not only the koilonychia, spoon shaped nails, but also itching can be seen. Polycythemia vera, also one important cause. In the drug induced pruritus, so there can be opioids and antimalarials and certain antibiotics which are associated with the pruritus. Psychogenic pruritus, so you should also remember that anxiety and stress can also be associated with the itching. Environmental factors, dry and cold climates can cause skin dryness, because of which there can be itching. And this is a tabular form with additional causes for the generalized pruritus. So in the autoimmune, remember we have already seen dermatitis herpetiformis. It was also discussed in one of the videos. I will leave the link in the iCard and also in the comment section. So dermatomyositis can also be associated with itching. In the blood, we have already seen iron deficiency anemia, polycythemia vera, hemochromatosis, mastocytosis. These are other causes which are related to the blood. In the infections, remember AIDS can be associated with generalized pruritus. Infectious hepatitis, parasitic diseases like for example giardiasis and ascariasis. In the neurological, remember cerebral abscess and cerebral tumor can cause generalized pruritus. Hepatobiliary, biliary cirrhosis and drug-induced cholestasis. Metabolic and endocrine carcinoid syndrome and chronic renal disease, diabetes. So these were already discussed. So these are all causes. In the malignancies, even leukemias, multiple myeloma and certain solid tumors with paraneoplastic syndromes, all these are also associated, and there are certain drugs which are already seen. And in the pregnancy also there can be generalized pruritus due to the hormonal changes. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. If it was helpful, please do hit that like button, do not forget. Okay, and coming to the management aspect, general measures, we have to advise the patients to avoid the soaps, because soaps can cause more dryness and which can lead to more and more itching. So we'll advise to use moisturizers. And humidity is very important. If the humidity is very less, then it can lead to dryness of the skin and itching. In the specific measure, so depending upon what is the cause, first diagnose the cause and then we can think of the treatment. Okay, so ultraviolet D phototherapy is used if the patient is having chronic kidney disease, and phototherapy I have made a video already. I will leave it in the iCard and in the comment section also. So ursodeoxycholic acid, UDCA, we use it in the cholestasis, and cholestyramine rifampicin opioid antagonists like for example naltrexone can be used in the patients of PBC, primary biliary cirrhosis. Paroxetine can be used in the patients who are having this malignancies and paraneoplastic syndrome. So coming to the symptomatic measure, so to reduce the itching, what we can use, antihistamines can be used to reduce the itching and also to give sedation, which can give the relief. Emollients and topical counter irritants like menthol preparations can be used for the to reduce the itching, and for refractory cases like we have already seen, phototherapy can be used, ultraviolet rays and low dose of TCA, tricyclic antidepressants like amitriptyline can be used, or gabapentin can also be used. And what is the important complication associated with the itching? Because of constant scratching, the skin can become very thick, it can become hyperpigmented, and there can be increased skin markings, which we call it as lichen simplex chronicus. And there can be prurigo nodularis, where nodular lesions are going to develop over the skin because of the constant scratching. So what are the key takeaway points for you to remember and write down in the examination? Generalized pruritus may be a symptom of not only skin disorder but also certain systemic disorders, and requires a proper assessment to determine the underlying cause. And if you can identify the underlying cause, treat the underlying cause and give symptomatic relief, that is going to take care of the generalized pruritus. So this much if you can write in the actual examination, that is going to be awesome. So I hope all of you got a good value out of this particular video. If you have got a value, so please do hit that like button and do revise immediately after this video from any of the sources, and that's it. Do share this among your friends and do a group discussion so that you will remember. And if you have any more queries, you can put them in the comment section. And if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe so that you are going to get such awesome dermatology related content on a regular basis. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, happy learning. Sarvam Sri Krishna from Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Bye bye.